or the actual data hardly links with the stock market crisis. But overall, the effect of COVID, if we can define into basically three stages. First is the basic surprise effect of the COVID was everybody was expecting that like 2018 crisis or maybe 2014 crisis, it is going to result into large number of bankruptcy, maybe sovereign default, maybe the economic meltdown, but nothing happened. It stays a very V-shaped recovery. I think we have to look into detail why it happened so. Because it is the V-shaped recovery or W-shaped recovery. If we see the total market dynamics of the stock market, either you believe in V-shaped recovery or you believe in W-shaped recovery. When you believe in W-shaped recovery, so everybody thinks that market is temporary in nature. Tomorrow or day after or one day, market is going to crash, market will come down, and let me sell everything today, and tomorrow I will get ample opportunity to buy. With that dear position in mind, dear situation in mind, he is ready to sell the stock. And the person who sits on the top of the W, he thinks that it is the right time to buy. Market is going to be further double V. W. They think it is double V and market is going up. So the basic response this time, and the difference between 2008 problem, 2013 problem was the structural issue. The structural issue, the recession world over, always came due to the oversize, over capacity building up, over leverage. When the same securities were placing the three guys, they were just transferring the assets through book entries. That was highly leveraged, whether it was the subprime crisis of USA, whether it was the recession or whether anything. It happens only because of either number one, the large scale inefficiencies were created due to the large capacity, or it was due to the large leverages available in the financial system. But the problem which created the recession, the temporary recession, the problem or the sluggishness in demand, which came during last 1 year, it was nothing to do with the system. It came with nothing with the economic reason. The reason was totally human reason, nothing to do with the economy. So the demand remains there. There was nothing, anything of financial. You see, demand can be one person. Like if you think the stock market demand, the last 1 year, the demat accounts in India, we have opened 60 lakhs accounts during last 1 year when the markets were having practically lockdown. And against 60 lakhs again, a total accounts of 3 crore. It means on a base of 3 crore, if you are opening 60 lakhs account, it comes to a very high 20% figure. So 20% jump in 1 year has been seen in only in demat account. Similarly, in the case of all other fintech companies, you see the delivery boy, you see the mechanism of all. So you will find out so many mechanisms, the companies, fintech, consumer base, or other consumption-based companies, everybody has grown. If you see the results, the March results, most of them are coming. You will see that everybody, the bottom line of everybody, the company belonging to this sector are improving despite COVID. So COVID has not affected their balance sheet. Now the second stage of the COVID-related industry was where you could postpone the demand. You can postpone the purchases. Suppose you wanted to buy a car, you wanted to buy a new refrigerator or new AC or new furniture. It doesn't make any difference. You can always say, why is the hurry? Let me buy after 4 months, 3 months or 4. Maybe next year I can buy. So you are only postponing your demand. But next year, your demand is going to be added to the actual demand of the next year. The next year person who was thinking next year I'm going to buy, in any case, he will come up. So ultimately, it will be a pent-up demand. So demand stored, just postponed from year T to T+1, it means overall demand will remain the same. So those type of industry may see a temporary sluggishness, but overall it are not going to affect their overall longevity of the company. But the third is which are very prone to the corona, maybe the hospital industry, poor industry, where direct interface with the person was the key. So those type of industry are really feeling the impact. So overall, now we have to see in the economy whether total contribution of economy is predominantly by A category, predominantly by B, or by C. Then you can find out and sum up the result whether the economy of this country is going to be further stagnation or it will bounce back or not. And despite that, we'll have to see the government response also vis-a-vis safety of lives versus economy. If you see USA, hardly they come out with any lockout. As a matter of when India, they were having casualty of less than 10,000. I think their death already reached 1 lakh so many cases because they didn't want to break down their system. But then you see the Europe where the lockdown was very prolonged. They wanted so this type of the mentality. You have to see the government response whether they believe totally lockdown or whether they want okay economy should also continue and lockdown should be selective and only selective, partial and selective. So that depends upon the two. So my summation overall is that maybe because of COVID, there may be sluggishness in some of the economy. There may be some problem in some of the sectors, but overall economy is going to do a great job. And why it is going to do a great job? It is not just because of the COVID. I think we have to come back to our own things, of our own systems. So I think now we come to our basic issue. What are the specific economic factors of India vis-a-vis globe, which put us a different apart from other countries? The first and foremost is, I think if you like, I can share my PPT, or what I generally do, I only share the PPT at the end as a background material so that you can keep the record and data with you. Generally, I can speak extra more. I don't require any. So if you want, I can share the PPT right now, or I can give you at the end also, which you can act as a reference book or as a.
Please continue with your flow, natural flow.
Okay. So the first is that India is the part of the next 5 trillion economy. Because we have got the demographic, we have got the benefits, we have got the youngest people who have got the efficiency. There are two types of people. If you see the Latin America or the maybe Africa, their population is there, but they are not the skill set. Skill set is not there. We have a person who have got a skill set also. So we have one stomach with 2 hands. So our generation, our people are going to add to the economy of our country. As a matter of fact, I want to congratulate all the people who are living today, because those the young people of today who are 30 years or 40 years, they are only going to see the golden sparrow age of India. Because I believe up to 2050, India again will convert from the young country. It is going to start becoming an old country. So our optimum ratio may be up to 2040. So from next 20 years belongs to India. So all young people who have next 20 years in their hands, they will say India, India, and India, all around India only. So the first and foremost is that we are going to have a strong economy. Number one. Number two, we have got a young population, and that young population is also a population which are providing skills to others. It is not that then the natural resources. You just see the FFI, you see the FDI. We are getting the largest amount of the FDI in last 2 years. So after FDI is coming, so it is giving some output. The same is the FFI. The newest trend in our stock market is DII ratio, the domestic investors, the ratio of DII is increasing with FFI. Of course, FFI is putting money, but if you go by the ratio, the FFI money continuously, the ratio wise, they are going down and DII money is going up. Since 2008, there are 17 occasions only when there is an outflow of 10,000 crore per month in FII, 10,000 crore. But in all the month except last March, the DII was able to compensate that 10,000 investment. Last March, the FFI outflow was very huge, close to 65,000. That's why market came to almost 7,000. But out of that, still our DIIs were able to put 55,000 crore. So that just shortfall of just 10,000 made our market from this to this. But our DII started invested quite late. So what I'm trying to say that our market today are not dependent only on FFI money, our mutual fund, our NPA, now our, as a matter of now, insurance and mutual fund money, the pension money of Indian is more than the mutual fund annual inflation, because mutual fund started long back. If you see the cumulative amount, naturally mutual funds are doing much better. But if you say the monthly contribution, the monthly new mutual fund, monthly new ULIP taken together are less than the pension fund done by FRDA in the stock market. So we are now getting pension fund, we are now getting insurance, we are getting now mutual fund, which can take or absorb any shock from the overseas market, any shock from the FFI. That is the third. Another important point to see, which we do, is the GDP versus market capitalization ratio. India was always sitting with our average ratio always was 77, 78. The lowest when market totally crashed, it was 55. And at the time of 2008, it was around 140. But today, the ratio is 103, which of course is high if you compare last 3-4 years. But again, if you just go in deep in this 103 is because of the last year there is a contraction in our economy. If you just take an economy doesn't contract, if you take as the base the same figures, then our GDP will remain at 100. So far GDP is up to 100. I think there is nothing to worry. And with the even World Bank with the revised RBI revised ratio or revised forecast also, they are saying that we are going to grow at the rate of 9%. So it means our GDP is going to be 109 and our market capitalization will remain at 103. So it will be again a very safe thing. So now we have understood what are the economic factors of India vis-a-vis other countries. But still 2-3 countries I think I require to discuss here. And more importantly, why that they are our close neighbors.
जी भाई
The case of
अरे सर नहीं प्लीज मैंने देख लिया था वो विपिन वर्मा
the case of Pakistan, case of Bangladesh, Vietnam, Mexico, Peru, even Chile. Those are the economies which are doing better than most of us. They are before this corona crisis, they were making a GDP growth of almost 15%. So this year, whereas contraction, our growth seems to be around 2 to 3% in terms. Pakistan growth may be 10%. So Bangladesh may be 14%. Vietnam may be 18%. So naturally, we are going to have a tough time as far as our export part is concerned. But overall, if we are talking the non-export service country, other thing, so like software, everything, we are going to maintain our premium and maintain our command.